Master On and myself, we actually in charge of if you testing for sound down and below, we are in charge of giving you approval technically. Okay, and fourth degree and up is Master Bow. Okay, do not bother Grandmaster Quinn. His job is to motivate you, to give critique you. His job is not to give you approval testing. Okay, his job, if you ask him, he goes, yeah, go ahead, train, and stuff. But so here how it works. You saw the new leadership points form. I'm the paperwork person. So what you need to do is you need to send me an email. Okay, you look at the leadership, said I taught 100 hours, whatever. This is your time, and when you're in the style, I mean your last rank. They're counting from your last rank, not when you just like if you're going for sound down, counting what you did from knee down to sound down. Okay, not what you did as a black belt and all the way up. So you could accumulate points and stuff like that, and you submit it. Okay, that's the first rule. You got to submit. You submit. What we do, if we have not looked at your stuff yet, like a few weeks ago, I think some people in Atlanta came down, we got a chance to look at it. So I usually said, actually I usually talk to all my brothers, we have come in agreement, and I send an email back within probably 4 or 5 days. I mean, within 2 days really, but lately I have a problem with my fingers, so I have a hard time typing. But anyway, within 2 or 3 days, I type back and said, this is your points, your leadership points, either yes or no. And we make suggestions. Okay, it depends on your rank too. If you go for go down, it's quite different. You go knee down. Okay, if you go high level, we look at it more that you have to be more national. Okay, so it's not just your own region. All right, so anyway, you submit that in. I answer almost immediately. And then if we look at you technically, I would say, please proceed or whatever. And some people, I said, you need a couple of years, whatever it is, we give you comments and I give you tips and stuff like that. I always have, like a product, stuff where I need everything to be submitted for us. When you do your kata, Grandmaster Quinn been trying to get away from this for years now, and I don't know why you guys keep going back. He doesn't want a demo, okay? He wants you to do each katas or each of your thing, 3 sets of applications, okay, in there. So no demo, nothing like black belt, no demo. We reserve a right to look at those samples things by February, at the end of February, and if you don't look good, then you can't test. Don't send it March, May, April, May, because tell you the truth, people have been sending May, it's too late. You only did it because it's a token. Okay, because it's too late. Because also we want to see the depth of your application. Don't do application that your green belt can do. Don't do the same stuff, punch, stuff like that. Do a little bit different. Okay?
When you say 3 sets of applications, so it's one technique, and so 3 separate techniques you show an application, or 3 sets of
comprehensive set. Like for instance, let's take pin on 4. Okay, pin on 4 this and this. Well, I don't want you to block here. I want you to block here, do finish, boom, 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 whatever. That's one set.
That's one. Okay.
Yeah. And then you do like little, like maybe when you do a snake, it's a whole, like a whole slew of this direction. Ideally, you do a set of like a direction, okay? So just 3 sets each, boom, boom, boom. I mean, and those you guys injured or something like that, you don't need to throw. You can set up to a throw, okay? So, and it's okay. That's what those you have knees problem, hips problem, whatever. You can set up and say you intend to do this. We can understand that. Okay.
And that 3 sets per kata or 3 sets period?
Per kata.
Okay.
Right? That hasn't changed. 3 sets per kata. Okay. But the most important is the time factor. All right. Do not say anything past February. Now, I'll be honest with you. This last year, this is what my Grandmaster Quinn come up. This is released a lot of burden on him to look, and you can come and work out with whoever you choose, or come down like people came down from Atlanta, work with Grandmaster Quinn stuff. I tell you what, do not learn. Okay, we are heavily weighed more on hard style, because you've been doing hard style since white belt, okay? Do not learn U3 now and thinking you can test training camp. You're not ready. I don't even know how you think you're ready. My demo took 2 years, and all I learned is U3. I don't even need to learn snake, I don't need to learn anything, and I don't even feel like I'm that ready. You see what I mean? So don't come in there and learn U3 and think you're ready. Don't learn for the test. You know you don't teach your student like that. When your student testing for green belt, you don't teach them pin on 3 a month before so they could test past green belt. So don't do that. Also, nothing gonna be approved until you generate that leadership list. Okay? You're gonna generate, and you're gonna say, oh, and then I give you exact time set. Okay, my brothers and I sit down and we'll tell you, you need to do this, 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 this. Okay, you need to focus on this. This is what this level we want to look at. Okay, so it's actually very organized now, and we're getting very strict at testing now.
Should it come from the candidate or the head instructor or the person in the region?
You know, lately the instructors, like I'm using example, the instructor, like since Master Allen, he's sending down 3 of his students who, you know, a few weeks ago come down here, and Master Allen called me, and I kind of gave him a tentative what my brothers and I decided, but I said, but I can't do a formal until it's like you put in a job application. Okay? Now, once you put in a formal, whether Allen do a formal, but most of the instructors, they tend to tell this, since Master Allen tells me that the student is sent in, then I send it to 3 people, okay? Beside myself, a reply. I send it to Master On, Master Bao, and your sensei. Whoever, you know, and I tell you, I put a time. I put time, very exact time. Now, some of you guys, you might be shocked if I go, well, I don't think you're going to be ready in 2014. Okay, don't be shocked because you're not ready. At this, that's why we don't have that many, Sandan, that many, you see what I'm saying? Nidan, okay, this is how we look at this. Shodan, black belt, okay? Shodan is when you show that you're teaching. That's very valuable to us, okay, Shodan. That's why I strongly encourage people that if they don't test at training camp, black belt, they need to do Shodan at training camp. So that's your time to present yourself. Nidan, you a little bit, you're like the horse a little bit ahead, okay, but you're still with the pack. Sandan, you're a little bit here. Most people see you from the butt, okay. 4th degree, you're a little bit way up there. 5th degree, you changing belt. We don't have that many 5th degree. 5th degree, the whole, not only your region has to know who you are, the Kung Yu have to know who you are. Okay, you see what I mean? And 6th degree is a contribution. Okay, I'm using Sensei Donald. Sensei Donald is very quiet, right? You know, but you know who he is. Why he organized these things, you know, those kind of things. That is, when you're at 5th degree, it's like what you do to Kung Yu versus what Kung Yu gonna do for you. Okay, I use example all the time. I have a master degree. I like to be, one day thinking, oh, somebody call me Dr. No, like my dad. You don't see me go down against the University of Florida and go, you know what, I like to get a PhD. I don't care what it is. But I don't have money to move here. I can't quit my work. I have this and this and this. But I want a PhD. So, what I'm telling you is, I appreciate and I commend you guys have priorities. Okay? You have family, that's fantastic. But if that's your priority, doesn't mean you're entitled to test. It's okay. It's all right. If that's your priorities, would my priority be Kung Yu the same if Jason and I have kids? Probably not. And it's okay. But it doesn't mean, if you don't fit that bill, doesn't mean you're entitled to test, okay? So I want to keep that in mind. We want you to test, but one of the reasons we want you to test is really to showcase, okay? We don't want you to show up to test and then, a lot of people in the past like to test at training camp because you get the limelight, but you don't get, people are not as picky, okay? You get the the limelight promotion and stuff, but you don't feel that some people might not be as picky. Okay, well that pendulum has swung the other way now. Okay, we reserve a right by February to look at your samples, okay, and look at it and say, please proceed or not.
You always say do the college and applications, right? So usually.
Yes, we like to look at samples because if I see one of your samples and the technique very basic and fundamental, I know the other two are going to look the same because you're going to show me the best. You know? Believe me, I don't like to look at these things either. It's very time consuming. You don't realize, those of you guys that test black belt, that I look at your thing, I spend hours on the phone with you, YouTube, ask Chris, hours, and I tell you each move at a time. Do I like it? No, it's a chore. It's a burden. But anyway, that's how, so make sure you generate the stuff. Of course, do not generate anything unless your instructor, your sensei thinks that you're ready. Don't generate and trying to go, you know, on the side.
If we send you a DVD, do you want all 3 samples? Do you want one sample from each? Or do you want everything? Or do you want all 3?
Well, we probably look at one sample from each.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll send you the best one.
Yeah. Now, double tambo is on the web. Okay. Make sure you we stress very important now about your body and hips movement. Okay. Make sure you look at that. Mark came down and worked with us a few weeks ago. So make sure you do that. You know, we just want you to come out there and just like basically put on a show. Okay. But if you're not ready, then you're just not ready. I highly, strongly recommend, very, very strongly recommend, unless it's real big emergency, the higher you go up in rank, don't even think about testing in December. Think about, make sure you test because you are presenting yourself to the styles. We encourage training camp, spirit, and all that stuff. But don't bug Grandmaster Quinn. He actually doesn't even get the email. Okay? You can bug him by, well, if you want to come down and work out with him, do whatever, you can bug him with that. But his job is to encourage you, motivate you, do what, you know, he's like a coach. Okay? His job not to be, you know, the bad guy. Master Bao is recuperating. So if you have any questions, you can ask me and I'll forward to him. I say almost 100% of the time my brothers and I agree.